So just before this video starts, again, some people might think this is offensive what I'm about to say. But again, I read this article on my Twitter feed the other day about the Irish government want to push Christianity out of school, basically the Catholic faith out of the school, secular schools in our country. It's already, I will talk about national schools in a few minutes. When I was in national school, it was kind of being pushed out already. And obviously, again, crosses and pictures of God, that's more or less what they want to do. They want to get rid of that completely. And I think that's a disgrace. I might just say straight, this is still a Catholic country, and I will say that people might disagree with me in that. But again, people are entitled to their opinion. But again, we don't, as Catholics, we don't go around, saying we don't like that up in our school or that like this, for some other religions. Because again, this is still a Catholic culture, and cross is something that signifies peace, and it signifies sacrifice. And it brings calm to the people who see it, and the picture of God and everything brings calmness, and knows that that somebody's there, and an angel and God is looking after you. And that's what it shows. And again, for some people that is, again, some religions think that's a disgrace happening there. But again, at the end of the day, people are entitled to worship or have pictures up. Again, it's the right. And again, schools shouldn't, bow down to the government's demands. Schools should decide for themselves what they want to do. But again, when I was growing up in national school, the priests used to come every week, right? That's fair enough. I don't even know the priests go to schools now. But yeah, the priests used to come every week. That kind of ended. As far as I'm aware, it never really happened. It happened to I was in 6th class until I got my Catholic communion. Confirmation, not communion, sorry. But yeah, just to say, when I was growing up, when I was in senior with junior with, and the first thing we were taught, and this is not long ago, the first thing we were taught, we said the morning prayer, and obviously we blessed ourselves in animal alcohol, so big as spirit neighbour men. We blessed ourselves with the picture of God. Let me see. We were probably here, and the picture of God was there. We were praying up, looking at God, the picture of God with the light bulb and everything. When we were praying there, and it was, again, it was good to know that, we were being looked after, and somebody was watching us, and somebody was taking care of us. At least I felt that going through the years. So that happened in junior reference to senior reference. We said when we were going home, we said, a prayer to make sure we get home safely. I can't think of the name of the prayer so long since we said it, because we said it would make the prayer that we get home safe. At break times we used to say a prayer too, to bless our meal and bless the people who are unfortunate they don't have a meal. And we said that prayer at a big break and small break. Again, there was huge amount of prayer involved, and this was a majority Catholic school I went to, national school. And that was in junior reference and senior reference. We were always taught that. That was really more important. Again, you can see how much prayer there was involved in it. And again, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. And nobody in the class stood up and said, it shouldn't be done. So yeah, and then obviously you continued that way into junior reference, senior reference. But about the first class, in every room really had a picture of God, had a cross. It had a cross. I think there was only one room in my national school that didn't have a cross. But yeah, just to say FYI, the principal's office was a lovely, lovely picture, a lovely statue, of God. Just a lovely statue of God. And I'll talk in a second about, I went there a few months ago, and not a few months ago, but about a year ago. And we'll talk about that in a second. But there used to be a lovely statue in the principal's office of that. And in the main, not staff room, but there used to be a lot of holy statues. In other words, there used to be a lot of crosses and holy statues around our school. When we were doing religion, we've done religion a good bit. In first class and second class, we've done good religion a good bit. We learned about Mary, we learned about everything. We learned a good lot of prayer too. And then coming up to the first Holy Communion, we learned a lot, we focused a lot on religion. There was a lot of religion. Again, I think that my national school was more religious than many schools across Cavan. And I used to say that's right. I think Cavan, because everybody in my school when I was growing up was Catholic. Everybody was Catholic. There was not one person that wasn't Catholic. The only time when it come to actually fifth class, there was somebody that was of a different religion. That was the only time. I think that was the only time when I was at school there was anybody of a different religion. And obviously that, but I think that I can't remember the religion, but there was somebody over there, because I remember when we used to say a prayer, because this still went on to fifth class. We used to always say a fifth class, just to say, it never happened at break time. We never used to say a prayer at break time. Or um, in the morning, we used to just say a prayer when we're going home. And actually, no, it was a prayer in the morning and a prayer when we're going home. Yeah, and there was none at break time. Yeah. So you can see how it was starting to be phased out. When I was in fifth class, it was starting to be phased out, a small bit of it. And obviously, when I was in sixth class, they took down a few crosses. That puzzled me at the time. Why they took down a few crosses, because again, it was a very Catholic school. I really will say there wasn't many non-Christians at the school. There was only one. Again, because again, it was a very enough small school, but it was only. But again, when I went to sixth class, that was really phased out completely. There was no prayer. As far as I'm aware, there was never any prayer. There used to be the priest coming. I think it was only once a month. He used to come in every week when I was in the smaller classes, junior and senior. We only came in about once a month. And obviously it was in the choir too. And it was a huge, I suppose, emphasis to try and get you into the choir, into the church, and obviously choir at school and everything. And there was a huge emphasis on that. Because, we were kind of tempted into it. Because you kind of get out of class, the rest have to stay in class and listen if they didn't want to join the choir. And also too, you get a few treats, after choir practice. They give you a few treats to drink, a bit of an emphasis to do it. I only joined to get out of class, I must say straight. I haven't got a good voice, But again, my heart was in the right place, if that makes any sense. Because again, I enjoyed the holy songs. Great songs, really, really good songs, really very humbling songs. I obviously was in a few choir. I didn't go to all of them, as I said straight. I never really got around to going to many. I think it was about 17 or 18 masses I went to. I was in the choir. Because again, it was difficult. Again, it was hard for me. Because again, I had anxiety when I was going into the later years. It was difficult. It was very, very difficult. So that's why I didn't go down many times. But yeah, you could kind of see what I'm talking about, because it kind of was phased out a bit. When I went back a year ago, I'd say, it could be a year, nearly 2 years now, I went back. There's no the statue of God's gone at the principal's office. There's not really any crosses. When I was just there, there used to be a picture too. When you come in the door, the front door of the school, not in the class inside it, there used to be a picture of God beside the PE hall. There was the PE hall straight on. There used to be a picture of God there, on the wall there. And I don't recall seeing that, but I highly doubt that was there. But yeah, you just see, because again, this was and it's still today, kind of looking back in it now, it was kind of very Christian, because again, majority of people, when I talked to people, they were from different schools around Cavan, said there was not really much practice of the Christian faith in their school. They had obviously a few prayers, but when I was growing up, when I was younger, it was very focused on the Catholic faith. So yeah, but I think it's a disgrace again that basically trying to really get rid of Catholicism in the secondary schools, and I think it's a shame, because again, God is somebody who wants peace and love, and it's upsetting to see that people want to remove statues of God, and because God gives, for any religion, I know different religions don't like God, things like that, but for Catholics it gives peace and love, and being kept safe, and obviously that's something that everybody should really like, and obviously really aspire towards. And it's upsetting, it really is, because you can see what I'm just saying. Maybe I might have missed a few bits, but because again, I can't really remember everything. Like, there used to be a few other things we used to do. When I just actually remember now, when we used to do our colouring, like on a Friday, we used to do our colouring. We used to colour in pictures actually of coming up to Christmas. We used to do a huge amount of colouring, just the three apostles, we'll go and Star Bethlehem, again all this, we were colouring pictures and learning about it, and the other teachers telling us about it and everything. So it was a huge focus. I think when I was in junior reference and senior reference in nearly first class, I think there was a huge focus on learning us about Christmas and things like that. And the spirit of goodwill and sharing and everything in at Christmas time. And obviously in sixth class that wasn't really talked about much. We had decorations up, but again, there wasn't a big history behind it. It was just like kind of Christmas, But you can see the changes, because again, it was a huge focus. It was a huge focus on Catholicism in my younger life. Again, loads of people nowadays, there wouldn't be any interest in probably, there wouldn't be any, that. Because again, I don't remember any pound or anything like that given out. Because again, I think there was, like my whole national school life, I think there was only one person who was of a different religion. As far as I remember, because again, there'd be some people probably from my school would remember better, but as far as I remember, it was only, because again, it was a very small school, it was about 100 people, 100, maybe 110 at most. Again, we all knew each other, and we all knew each other because it was small enough. It was, my year was probably the most smallest in national school. But again, it was a small rural school, so it makes sense. But yeah, take care everybody and bye.